This is an arms dump in South Tipperary where the Irish Republican Army would hide their weapons during the Irish War of Independence and through to the Civil War. How's it going, lads? So I have a very exciting video today. I'm heading down to South Tipperary to meet a man called Tom Hennessy. He runs a TikTok page called Tipperary Fenian. I'll leave it linked below. And he covers all of the history around, especially around South Tipperary, I suppose. And he's after finding an IRA gun dump in South Tipperary. So we're going to go down, have a look at a few different sites down there, a few ambush sites, some of the IRA training grounds, and then we're also going to have a look at this IRA gun dump. Never knew this. Unfortunately. Very first training.
So you're looking at, this is a great spot to look at. This is where the landscape where the two flying columns are operating through, like. Okay, Davey, basically, like a lot of the gun dumps, you have your corrugated steel as a roof. You have old concrete type material on the sides of it, and it's a triangular shape. Now, the interesting thing about this is that the stone on the top has been there for years, like, so that was a kind of a marking stone, so that they'd know. Say if you had a volunteer maybe that it was dark or whatever, he'd know to look out for the stone. Now if you can picture, this would have been a lot bigger ditch. Like at the moment, like all ditches are cut short by the farmers, like, so this would have been a big thick heavy ditch. So this would have been well hidden, and you had the pier at the back. That was knocked a few years ago by a bull, but you still have it's actually that's been straightened up. But so yeah, quite hidden away. Usually a lot of them are in the corner of a field, and that's actually the corner where three fields are meeting here, like, so. The safe house is just up there, which I found as well, is that a lot of the gun dumps were near the safe houses, not far. And the main reason for that was that, say, the flying column, the area you're standing in here was Dinny Lacey's number 1 column and Sean Hogan's number 2 column. So the shore is just over here. If you turn around there, you'll see the Galties.
Oh yeah, okay.
So the lads will come down from the Galties, cross the shore, usually 25 to 30 of them in Dinny Lacey's column, the same in Sean Hogan's column. Before they'd come into the safe house area, the word would have been sent ahead, just so that the owners would know the boys are on the way. And if there was an ambush going on, the local company would have the guns ready. They'd have been usually stored, wrapped in kind of canvas material, and they'd be well oiled up, like, and ready for use. So a lot of the time, the local company, like, I've seen written where lads would arrive on and the guns were gone on another job. So often they hadn't a lot of guns, so the guns were vital to them. Obviously, it was a guerrilla war, like, so the boys would arrive on, the guns would be handed to them, they'd go off, do their ambush, and the guns would be put back in here then, usually, like, you know. Then as things got more violent in the countryside, they were armed the whole time, but the local company would have had X amount of arms here at all times, like, you know.
Yeah, okay.
So
yeah.
It was very important. Like, these were strategically in strategic areas as well, and where we're standing was a well beaten track for the 2 columns from Knockgraffin, crossing the shore into Knockgraffin, and up along here to the racecourse cross. And in fact, the column used the countryside here so often, they actually had stiles made to pass through at speed, like, because obviously they were using the countryside, the topography to move quickly through it, get to the ambush point or wherever they were going, and then be able to move back. They used the mass pats, the boreens. I'm going to show you an original boreen that the first march of Sean Hogan's went down as well. So yeah, it's amazing piece of history here, Davy, just to have it. And the family, in fairness to them, they've left it untouched, which is brilliant. And to have the original corrugated iron still there, like, is fantastic too.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
the first IRA gun dump now I've ever heard of or seen. You know, I'd never come across one before till I seen your channel. But
Yeah. So Davy, basically we started this about 3 years ago. Myself and Robert O'Keefe. Robert's family were the O'Keefes of Glenloch, where Dan Breen, where the rescue of Sean Hogan was planned at their table above in Glenloch.
Okay.
And Robert and myself, I know the family here, played football against them, and they knew I was doing the research, and it's been great the last 2 years. It's so important. We're saving the culture. We're trying to write it down for future generations, and that's my main thing. We put booklets together. I know you've done it for the rebel music as well, which is brilliant, Davey. But we can all play our part just to save the culture.
Yeah, 100%.
And like, now people know how to, like, reading about a gun dump is one thing, but being able to see it is a completely different thing.
Yeah, surely is. Yeah,
and it's great that the family have looked after it, and it's untouched, you know.
Yeah.
Which makes it special as well. If you zoom in the camera, it's actually, you can still see all the original corrugated iron, like, you know.
Okay.
Which is brilliant, like.